Hello people. Slightly different subject today. The one of parenting. We all agree it's a tough job. Maybe for me the toughest part is how hard I am on myself, my expectations to do well where my own father didn't do so well. And my hope was always to never neglect his role as a father, neglect my role as a father the way he did. We all know, for most of us, we think we've fallen short of the standard we set in our minds of what good parenting looks like. And I think I'm definitely one of those people. I hope I'm doing better. But I think I'm doing more peaceful in my approach. I'm less of a punisher, less of an authoritarian, but still lose my cool sometimes. Last night was one of them. My 13-year-old son and I have had some pretty heated altercations in the last few weeks. Yesterday's one of those days that I came home from work. I was pretty tired, and I'd received an email from my car finance company pretty much demanding $5,000 immediately, or the file's going to be closed, repossessions happening, all these sorts of things. All my experience with the finance company previously has been quite amicable. They've been really nice and supportive. This is the first time they were using bullying tactics, and I try to stay chill about it, try to just stay focused on God's got this. But I was just so tired, and I stayed pretty positive when I got home. I thought, I'll send them an email, make a proposal along the lines of, let's be realistic, offer them a couple of thousand and the rest in 3 or 4 weeks. And I gave them a deadline as well. But I don't think that was mentally managed too well by me. It really wore me down and started stressing me out. Because with this new job, buying a truck, all the insurances, the registration, roadworthies that are still unexpected what that's going to cost. It's just calling on funding I don't have right now. There's funding coming, but right now it's really tight. And I've borrowed more than I wanted to do this. I know within 2 or 3 months it's all going to level out and all's going to be well. Yeah, so yesterday my son came home and he said, "Dad, can I go and get my e-bike?" He's been building e-bikes, electric bicycles, for the last few months, and very chaotically. I'm trying to encourage his entrepreneurial side, have a bit of a plan, a bit of structure to it while keeping it fun and interesting. And he's doing quite well at learning the technical stuff. And he's pretty motivated, but it started just getting in the way of everything else. His homeschooling, his drumming practice, being rude to his mother, just all this kind of stuff. So I started implementing small boundaries. That wasn't working. Bigger boundaries. That wasn't working. He's at the point now where he's grounded for 3 months, and the e-bike thing is like, let's just put it to the side. And a few days ago I said to him, listen, why don't you take ownership of how you spend your time, come up with a daily schedule of things that you want to do, how much time you want to spend on them, and then come up with the things you know what we want you to do and the time allocated to that. So he wanted to spend time going riding, he wanted to spend time building e-bikes, he wanted to spend time looking at YouTube videos on e-bikes. And so the deal was he took and he gave, and we took and we gave. But I wanted him to take the lead and take ownership. Sometimes if I pause here, it's because traffic gets my attention. And so that seemed to go pretty well. But we were halfway through working through that, completing that, sort of within a day. And then yesterday comes home and he wanted to go and pick up his e-bike from someone's house that he'd left it at, which he wasn't meant to. And I just said to him, mate, leave your e-bike. We've got to get this schedule thing happening. That's moving in the right direction. Can we just focus on that? And I just got sick of him always wanting things, and I put a boundary in place, just like, no talk about e-bikes for 3 days, get the schedule done. Day goes by, he wants his e-bike. Anyway, yeah, I lost it. With many words of profanity. And I was definitely tired, I was worn down. I wanted a quiet night with my wife. We had some admin bills and stuff to go through together. That never happened. Kids were just coming and going. One of our daughters, who lives out of home, turned up, so we can't really tell her to bugger off. And I ended up lecturing my son, and a message needed to be given to him, and boundaries needed to be reinforced. But of course, in my tiredness and anger, I took it too far, using the F word probably, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times. And he took it pretty well, I'll give him that. He listened, he said okay, yes, something like that. And I was quite, I guess, impressed that he stood there. And I think it wore him down a bit, because at the end of it all he shed a few tears. For the last month we've just been unsure how to navigate our relationship with him. It's almost like wanting to say, fine, for the next week just do whatever you want and you can fend for yourself. Because when you have a large family, if you've got 3 or 4 of them that are just going against boundaries, going against what's needed to be part of the community and keep the boat flowing, it gets really hard. And when you've got 13 kids, there's always a few that are doing that. But we can't blame them. And through this journey of learning as a parent, my son who's now a teenager, I'm trying to stay focused on what does love look like in this situation, what does grace look like in this situation. And I do believe it doesn't look like repetitively condoning sin and rebellion. But I don't want to be a Nazi about it either. And I even said to my wife afterwards, I've heard a lot of teaching online about what love looks like and how to communicate, not out of fear but out of love. And I said to her, I just can't be stuffed right now. There's tasks that I need to focus on. I've started a new job for 2 weeks and I want to settle into this. I still need to get insurances organised, and I've still got to do more fundraising for things that I have to pay or the truck goes off the road. And I just said to her, I can't deal with him right now. Why can't he just quit with the e-bikes for a few days and write the schedule? So it was really hard. I went to bed stressed. I really wanted to go to bed peaceful so I could have a good sleep and not be so tired today. I don't like being tired while driving a big truck. And yeah, it wouldn't have been good for him. I think he struggles a little bit with depression, a little bit with maybe ADHD. We don't want to jump on the medication. We don't want to push him towards seeing counsellors, even though, you know, that would probably help. I think it'd be good. I said to him yesterday, I said, you know, it's good if you can just have someone to talk to about how life's going, how you feel about stuff, and maybe you can walk away from that conversation feeling encouraged. He said that he talks to his friends about that stuff, same age as him, but they don't really say anything, and he doesn't walk away feeling better about himself. Guys, as always, you know, your comments, I really appreciate them. You know, give me a slap in the face for using profanity and being a Christian, all that kind of stuff. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to disagree with you. Or what you've done, you know, with boys around the age of 13, and they're just pushing all those boundaries, the testosterone's kicking in. You know, always welcoming your suggestions, and thank you for whatever comments you do say. I do appreciate them, whether they're critique or encouragement or whatever it is. Feedback's always good. The fact that you would care enough to even say a comment, even if it's to rebuke me, that you would care enough to do that. You know, that's really cool. You know, I'll probably cover this subject about parenting boys versus girls another time. I just feel I needed to share what was on my heart, and really, you know, today I need to ask my son for forgiveness, and I think that's just the right thing to do, and because I went too far yesterday. He's an awesome guy. He's got a beautiful heart. He's very talented. He's a sweetie at the end of the day. He's a mummy's boy like I was. That doesn't make him weak and pathetic or anything. He's just a kind and compassionate sort of guy, so I got to learn to tread lightly. Bless you guys. Have a great day.